Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Gloria Atta. Welcome. In another edition of the Ministerial Press Briefing Series, which aims to restore trust in public communication and amplify government policies, the Minister of Information and National Orientation plays host to the Minister of Power, who highlights the challenges and prospects in the power sector and the reason for the 300% increase for Band A consumers.
We are in a subsidy pricing regime, whereby government provides a large portion of the cost of producing, of transmitting, and of redistributing power. And I must tell you that as of today, before the introduction of the tariff increase, government is subsidizing nothing less than 67% of the cost of producing, transmitting, and distributing electricity in Nigeria. At the current exchange rate, this is going to translate into 2.9 trillion naira for 2024. This is more than 10% of the national budget. Power sector is just a single sector out of so many sectors that government has to attend to. We have the works, we have housing, we have education, we have health, we have defense, and so on and so forth, that are all competing for this meager revenue from the government. So it will be very, very insensitive on our part to force or compel governments to continue to subsidize at that rate of almost 3 trillion for the power sector alone. We just have to be realistic and considerate.
Lagos, Kano, and 10 other states have concluded plans to start generating power in their respective states in conformity with the Electricity Act 2023. It was gathered that some of these states had established their electricity market laws and were waiting for the approval of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to have independent regulatory bodies different from the NEC, owned by the federal government. As the states stepped up efforts to generate electricity, the federal government's 240% power tariff hike for consumers in Band A enjoying 20-hour electricity attracted more condemnations. However, there are strong indications that many states are taking advantage of the new Electricity Act to establish their electricity generation firms. In June 2023, President Bola Tinubu signed a new Electricity Act into law, heeding the calls of Nigerians that the power sector be reformed and removed from the exclusive list to give states the power to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity within their jurisdiction. This, Nigerians believe, would help in preferring lasting solutions to the electricity problems in Nigeria. The Minority Caucus of the House of Representatives has called on the federal government to prevail on the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to cancel the recent increment in electricity tariff across the country. The NERC recently approved a 300% tariff increment for Band A consumers, allowing power distribution companies to raise electricity prices for city dwellers from 68 naira to 225 naira per kilowatt hour, with effect from April 1, 2024. In a statement issued on Friday in Abuja, Minority Leader of the House, Kingsley Chinda, described the hike as inhuman, as Nigerians are already grappling with the adverse effects of the removal of oil subsidy, galloping inflation, unemployment, and inadequate access to basic amenities. And in security, the Defense Headquarters says terrorists operating across different parts of the country are walking corpses that will soon meet their Waterloo, as the armed forces remains unrelenting and focused in its drive to rid the country of terrorists and their cohorts. At the Defense Headquarters' first quarter briefing with journalists in Abuja, the Director Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, said the military has been collecting intelligence on the operations and activities of terrorists and other criminal elements, and the results are evidenced in the killing of scores of top terrorist leaders and commanders over the last 3 months, as well as the arrest of other criminal elements across the country.
We are fighting a vicious enemy in these ongoing operations across the country. We know they are vicious by the activities of the terrorists in the northeast, northwest, north central, southeast. But nevertheless, we are ready, we are prepared, we are equipped, and we remain focused on what to do with these terrorists and their cohorts. Indeed, we have been collecting intelligence, we've been hunting them and striking them at their hiding places and in places where they are hibernating across the country. And our aim is to kill these terrorists and the infrastructure that supports them. Accordingly, we have employed significant firepower to neutralize several terrorists as well as disrupt their activities. Having reeled out all this, I will say that it demonstrates that ongoing operations are effective, and these operations are not just effective, but also result-oriented. Accordingly, going forward into the second quarter as we are in now, the armed forces is raising the bar. We are raising the bar in the prosecution of this war. Consequently, citizens will continue to witness an incremental effectiveness as well as efficiency of our armed forces.
Buba noted that troops' offensive attacks and actions in the first quarter of 2024 resulted in the killing of 2,351 terrorists, arrest of 2,308, and rescue of 1,241 kidnapped hostages. Still on security, KOGI State Governor has taken a bold step to recalibrate the security architecture of the state by integrating more local security platforms to work with the conventional agencies to keep KOGI safe. While launching the outfits in Lokoja, the state capital, the governor made it clear that his administration will work hard to make the security of the state better than the heights reached by the last administration, and thanked security agencies for the cooperation so far. In a statement by Kingsley Fanwo, KOGI State Commissioner for Information and Communications, the launch of the local security outfit, the Metropolitan Quick Response, is aimed at localizing the security architecture in the state in such a way that security operatives that understand their terrains are saddled with the responsibility of keeping vigil and criminals at bay. The State Security Advisor, Commander Jerry Omodara, retired, also launched security helplines to help people who might want to give intelligence to security agencies. Over the years, KOGI has placed security on the front burners owing to the nodal location of the state. Since assuming office, Governor Ahmed Usman Udodo has made significant breakthroughs, including the immediate apprehension of the criminals terrorizing students at Pelele in Lokoja and have been prosecuted promptly. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online.